Good morning, viewers. We are at the Broward County Regional Stadium at Lauderhill, Florida, day 2 of U.S. Open. Next to me are the two skippers, LA Lions, who were roaring yesterday. The skipper name is Abdullah Adel, and next to him is the Las Vegas Rollers, led by Faisal Iqbal. Next is the umpiring panel, led by Nasir Charlie, and next to him is Murshid Kalam. Guys, ready to spin the top? Go ahead. Tail is the call. Heads it is. Seems like Vegas has won the toss. So skipper, Faisal, what do you want to do?
We are bowling first today.
All right. So LA has lost the toss. Vegas has won the toss, and they're bowling first. Right. So from the middle of the pitch, the report is LA will be bowling. So good luck, both of you guys, for the game. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. This is day number 2 of this tournament, the 17th edition of the US Open. And we're having Vegas High Rollers. They're coming up against the LA Lions. LA Lions won their match yesterday, their first match. They opened the encounter against the Chicago Catchers. And they were good enough. And here it runs, and they're off and running, flicked down the leg side and down to vacant fine leg position for 4. Well, earlier this morning, the Vegas High Risers would have won the toss, and they have elected to field first. Team sheet. So we are bathed in sunshine here this morning. A beautiful Saturday morning here at the Broward County Stadium. This tournament goes until the December 20th. So it's played into the offside. Third man gets in the way, just a single. So LA Lions being victorious yesterday. This one is punching off the back foot straight to cover point and can't score. So at the end of the first over, we saw a nicely flicked stroke that took off down the leg side and went down to the vacant fine leg boundary for 4. Scoreboard is not up and running as yet, and I would have missed 1 or 2 balls there, but from my reckoning, I think it's about 5 for no loss. So we'll give you the official score shortly. So I think we might be starting with some spin bowling from the southern end here. Good morning to all of the MAQ TV viewers, and you can see it live on YouTube as well. And Caribbean Global Voices will be bringing the radio commentary as well. So you're going to be having options. So, but to view it on the MAQ TV, cricket is on there 24/7. So again, the Vegas High Rollers, they would have won the toss. They elected to field first. Umpires Moshed and Javier Nazir Charlie. They're the umpires in this second match of the tournament. And again, I can't stress it too much. The LA Lions, they mauled the Chicago Lions yesterday. As a matter of fact, they amassed 161 for 4 wickets yesterday, and they bowled out the Catchers for 93 in 16.5 overs. They did not even bat 20 overs. But then again, they did very well because they were really struggling at the halfway mark, 10 overs. he comes now, bowls his left arm round the wicket, plays it gently into the offside for a single. So two fielders are outside of the 30-yard circle, and one is at mid-wicket, and the other is at the long off position. There's a slip in place. Skipper Faizad is in the slip position. He's driving, but extra cover, straight to extra cover, and can't score. So good, nice, tidy stuff using the pitch that was played on yesterday. It was nice and juicy, bouncy, and pacey. This time he's going forward again and can't score. So covers, gets in quickly, sharp, quick fielding. That's good. So 7 for no loss, and our scoreboard is up and running now. The LA Lions winning the toss, fielding first. This time he's flanking. This one is going over mid-on, and he's going to go 2 bounces over the boundary. Goes over the vacant long on position. He's tugging this one from outside the off stump and down to the boundary for 4 runs. So he's been doing the heavy lifting so far. That Sandeep, he is on 9. He has struck 2 boundaries along the way and a single. Beautifully past the extra cover, going very, very close to the boundary. Well fielded there on the long off boundary. In the meantime, the batters ambles through for 2 runs. 13 it is for no loss. Raja is the bowler. He's given up some 7 runs from his first over so far. We have 1 legal delivery left. This one is into the legs. He's flicking it fine, and deep backward square leg gets in the way. Made a tumbling dive, but to no avail. It is 4 runs. That was beautifully played off the legs. That over comes to an end. It's cost him some 11 runs. So Raja has got to get his radar right, and the score has raced on to 17 for no loss after 2 overs. Remember, the power play constitutes 6 overs, and in that you can have no more than 2 fielders outside of the 30-yard circle. So 6 teams are vying for the coveted trophy. Nice, lovely trophy that was sitting on display yesterday. We started with a presentation ceremony at the far end, at the east end of the ground. It was well attended. Mayors, councillors, parks, authorities, and the likes. They were all on hand to take it all in. Shula from the far end bowls, and he's pulling this one, not getting a good hold of it, mistiming it, but square leg runs to the mid-wicket area, sending a nice, good 1 bounce throw to the wicket keeper. In the meantime, the batters enjoys the double. 2 more to the total, 19 for no loss. Salman has gone on to 4. Saideep is on 15 from 10. So Jude again, he's pulling this one. He's going to be down the leg side. Wayward delivery, beautifully taken there by the wicket keeper. Oh, this one is edging outside the off stump. No slip, no fine third man. Third man, as a matter of fact, is up in the circle, and the runs are coming. It's a lush green, quick, well cut field here. It seems as if it was freshly cut. You can see that. And the ball is racing away to the boundary. So LA Lions sending to bat, and making hay while the sun shines. We're under brilliant sunshine here at the Broward County Stadium. And be reminded that this is an ICC approved venue. All these matches, this time he's cutting again, he's passing the short point. There's a man in deep point, comes in and collects a nice strong throw into the wicket keeper. So the two boundary riders, square leg and deep point. Third man is up in the circle. He comes in, bowls outside the off stump, and he's playing this one beautifully, straight driven. That's a classical shot there. He held the pose. One was up, it was meat and drink for him. He played it with his elbows cocked and just played it along the inside of the field, and he was 4 from the time he left the bat. The fielder just had to go and chase. 25 it is, a quarter of a century. We are coming to you live. Remember, you can view these matches on the MAQ TV. YouTube is also bringing it. So here comes Shulda again, bowls outside, he's pulling and he's going down, 1 bounce to square leg. He was in a spot of a bother there. This one was rising on him. He pulled it, it looked good, but he picked out the square leg fielder. So good field placement there by the skipper. So again, the 2 boundary riders is deep point and square leg. 30 is it in the 3rd over. They're going at 10 and over. This time he's playing with soft hands. The extra cover gets in the way. He looks good. He looks the part. So at the end of 3, it is 30 for no loss. Of course, they're going exactly at 10 runs and over. What a way to start. Yesterday, they scored 40, as a matter of fact. They were 40 for 1 in the power play yesterday. No, it was 43 for the power play. They lost the first wicket when the score was on 40. It was 40 for 1. So I think they're on pace to really do one better. So we're going to have a change of bowling from this day southern end. We started with spin. And now he's been out of the attack. He's been moved. He gave up some 11 runs from his first over. Now the skipper has gone a bit more on the defensive. The slip has been taken out. I'll give you a picture of the field in a minute. Third man up in the circle. Again, there's square point and there is square leg. The 2 men out on the boundary. Those are the boundary riders. Then we have fine leg up in the circle, mid-wicket and mid-on. He comes in on bowls, and this time he's driving but straight to cover and can't score. So Danraj is the new bowler. So he starts off with a dot. So he's got to bowl a few more dots to get things back on track. They're having won the toss. They're not wanting to give away too much. They don't want to chase too many. Right arm over, this time outside the off stump, and it's touch and go, touch and go. A bit of an inquiry there from the batter, as if to say he's not giving me a fair chance of playing at that delivery, Mr. Umpire. But the umpire said, no, you have to move your feet and catch up with that delivery. You cannot just stay there as if you're playing baseball. It is cricket, lovely cricket. Sandeep is on strike. He's on 20. Faced some 14 deliveries so far. Umpire Nazir Charlie. Is it Charlie? No, Delroy Lynn seems to be the umpire. And Charlie. This time he's playing with the inner portion of the bat. Good, nice, tidy stuff here. He's really putting a hold on things because The Lions started off like a freight train. They got to 30 quick, fast, and in a hurry. But he's been tidy so far, just the 1-1 coming. No, as a matter of fact, he's bowled 3 dots. He's going after him again, but can't beat mid-on. He was dancing into him. He's walking and not timing. He was going for glowy, and that one came off the inner portion of the bat. And skipper comes and give a. He's going to make some changes. He's going to bring in the deep point, and he's going to send back the mid-on. And he's now gone into the long off position, long on position. So they saw the intent that he wanted to go big. Oh, he's going inside out, and he's going exactly where the pointers come from. They're playing around with the few placings. So they pull the deep point in, and he danced down, and he opened his shoulders and hit it to the square boundary for a 4. Look at that. Gave himself room, and he really crafted that one exactly where he took the fielder from. Maybe they should have pulled up the square leg and would have left the point. But the horses has already bolted. So he's belted a good looking 4. 34 it is for no loss. Morning again to all MAQ viewers. And a special good morning to MAQ Qureshi, CEO. This time he's driving again and splitting point and cover and down to the boundary for 4. They were not bad deliveries, but it's good batting. So the last 2 deliveries have been struck for 4. 38 it is for no loss. And that's the latest score here. So over number 4 is going to be on its way now. Sherman is going to be bowling this time. He's driving, not timing. Ball bubbles up to extra cover. So Shabhan has been introduced into the attack. So skipper is really moving around his bowlers, not allowing the batters to get accustomed to the 1 bowler. Remember, 6 overs constitute the power play. Sammy's driving again. Extra cover gets in the way. So 2 dots in the trot. So the last over was not a bad one in contrast to the previous one that was bowled from the southern end. Just 8 coming from that over. By contrast, it was 11 coming from the previous over from the southern end. Shabhan now. By time over. This time he's driving again, but can't beat mid-on. He's going hard at him. He's probably trying to go too hard, getting the inner portion of the bat. The ball is well fielded to the left. I think the skipper there got in the way. He's looking at his hand, rubbing it. He was hit with some venom. Batters are meeting in the middle, saying, maybe take your time. We're well on the way to passing our 43 runs that we made yesterday in the power play. We already got 38 for no loss. We have lost 1 wicket yesterday. This time he's going in the air and over mid-on, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered. Maybe that's what the conversation was all about. Take your time, just try to hit it over the fielders, because what you're doing, you're hitting along the turf, and the field is well placed, and they're stopping your beautiful shots. So go over the top. That he did to great effect. Total goes up to 42 now. So 13, lucky 13 is Sulman. So Solomon, the opening batter. So still some more field changes in the field. Third man up in the circle, and he's tugging this one into the onside, and again once they're hitting on the ground, they're going to the field. They're going to the fielders. So the skipper is bearing the brunt of some of those hard hit strokes that's on the ground. It's 2 in this over so far to his left. He's rubbing his hand vigorously. He's off camera, so you're not seeing that. Oh, this time he's pulling this one from outside the off stump, trying to tug it into the onside. Loud appeal, but it was outside the off stump from our advantage point. I think that because the man was pushed back on the long off boundary, he opted to go into the onside. He missed and a dot into the scores book, but not a bad over in the end. Just some 4-1s coming from that over. The 1-4-1 that was hit over the mid-off fielder. Over number 5, it is 42 for the loss of 2 wickets, which indeed is the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium. Oh, this one is tickling off the legs, down to the fine leg, vacant fine leg. There's a foot chase, but all in vain, just to retrieve beyond the boundary markers. So 46 it is. This is the last over of the power play. So they've done better than they would have done yesterday. That's the LA Lions. The power play yielded 43 runs yesterday. This time he's driving and he's going to be cut off down in the deep there. They've employed a deep point. So just a single. So say DP on 29. Suleiman is keeping company. He's not been getting much of the strike. He's just had 12 deliveries for his 13. So Danraj. Right arm medium. So he's driving, but again, the field is well placed, well positioned though for the ground strokes. There's not been much given away there. We haven't seen the misfielders yet. So once the ball goes straight to the fielder, feeling and the skipper seemed to be getting in the way. Whole lot of time there. So he knows exactly where the ball is going to be coming. This time he's driving in the air. He's going to go a few bounces. Didn't time it as well, but the result is what he wanted. He got a 4 and 50 comes up. So 51 for no loss. And he gets off the lucky 13 and goes up to 17. That's Suleiman. That one he was tugging from outside the off stump. And now more field changes. Now they're going to be pushing the long on back on the boundary, and they're pulling in the point. Let's see if the same thing is going to happen, because we would have seen what side deep did, when they pull in the deep point, he made room, backed away to the leg side, and hit a ball that was about on the leg stump and played a glorious shot into the off stump, into the offside. Well, this time they're gonna push back the point and they bring it in the square leg, just like I asked the last time. You're going after him again in the air. That's a beautiful shot, and I think it has gone all the way. So the first maximum of this inning gave himself room. He was over pitched. He was right up in the slot. He used his feet well, and he went for glory. Here it is, using his feet. It's a beautiful inside-out shot. Score has now raced on to 57. You can't catch sixes, so you can't set the field for sixes either. But they'll have a chance to have no more than 5 fielders beyond the 30-yard circle after this next legal delivery. There's one legal delivery left in this over. So the ball is been back into play. It took a long while. He's went a long way. Been examined there by umpire Javed Charlie, wearing that long ponytail. So again, I want to say good morning to all of the viewers. This is day number 2 of this 17th edition of this US Open. And he's driving again. The ground stroke's been going pretty much straight to the fielders, and they've been fielding very well. So the end of the power play, which yielded some 57 runs for no loss. Remember, the Lions won their first match yesterday when they mauled the Chicago Catchers. So play continues. Oh, that was a full toss. Thought he could have done better with that. Nicely knocked down there in the extra cover region. Just the singler. It was a full toss. He thought he could have done better with that. Did not time it at all. I guess he was surprised by that one. Shubham in his second over. Gave us some 10 runs in his first over. Could have probably tried to do better. This time he's playing it a beautiful stroke again. Straight driven down the onside. 2 fielders trying to get there. Neither could put the size 12 boots on it. And that's the second time in the inning we've seen that stroke. We'll have a look. Here it is. And he's holding the pose. You see 2 fielders and neither can get there. Beautifully timed. That's a proper cricketing shot. So even though it's a 2020 encounter, you can still play your proper strokes. And it seems as if the Lions are roaring again. Having won their first match yesterday, this morning they were sent into bat. This time he's cutting. Let's see, there's a point fielder down there. He's not going to get there. I don't think. No, it put in the dive, but the ball went into the boundary board and back-to-back boundaries. So Shubman It was not a bad delivery, but it was beautifully played, squid driven. The cover sweeper was a bit too straight. Earlier for the faster bowlers, they were employing the deep point. Now they put him halfway between the point and the orthodox cover sweeper. So he's cheating it a little bit, let's put it this way. They've got to make their mind up, but these batters seem to be well informed. It is 66 for no loss. Good morning again to Lenny Archibald over there in New York City, and a pleasant good morning to his son as well, commentator in the making. I think he's just about there, if I can say that myself. Had a small stint with him. He's playing it again along the onside, but this time the long on is much straighter. So he effects the stop, just a single. So I think they're going to block that 4. We had 2 boundaries in that area. They realized that one of his better shots. Bouncing from the far end. He's bowling over the wicket and he's driving and missing. Outside the off stump, a real miss. Both batters are into the 30s now. For a while there, Suleiman, he was really struggling there to keep pace with Sandeep, with Saideep. It has gone past him. He's on 32 from 19. Oh, he's tugging this one outside the off stump. But the short mid-wicket is on the 30-yard circle. So at the end of that over, it is 68 for no loss, which indeed is the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium. So after 7, the score is 68 for no loss. So we have spin again from the southern end. This one was outside the off stump, trying to cut and taken there by the wicket keeper. So Cyrus Fuller is the bowler. Bowling left arm around the wicket. He's driving back to the bowler. He knocked it down and can't score. So 2 dots on the trot. Recite here because the Lions They are rowing. They've raced up to 68. So making room, and he's edging this one. There's no slip, but the short third man up in the circle. He scampers through for a quick single. He's using his feet and trying to make room to play it into the offside. Came off the outer portion of the bat. They had to scamper through for a single. Quite a contrast to the first 6 overs when they were really going helter-skelter. Now they have to be hustling for these singles. The ground feeling has been good. This time he's playing, he's going aerial, and he's gone big. So that is 6 more to the total. That was a lovely shot. Played right back over the bowler's head. So they've raced up to the 70s. Let's have a look. Here it is. Bang. This time he's playing soft hands into the cover region. A tumbling save there by the point fielder. Single. There's good camera work there as well. Followed the ball all the way. It was a big hit, the biggest 6 so far of the tournament. On the back foot, playing to point and can't score. Point has been pushed back to the 30-yard circle. And the end of that over, 10 again coming from that over. It is 76 for no loss. Umpire Delroy Festus Lynn alongside Charlie. Those are the umpires operating today for the first match. We're going to have all of 3 matches today, so we're going to stand by. So it's going to be cricket, lovely cricket. All of 3 matches today. So another bowling change. We're going to have Anuraj, another left armer. There's quite a number of left armers in this bowling lineup. Suleiman is in strike. He's pulling this one in the onside. Goes down to the deep mid wicket. Just a single. 77 for no loss. By the way, my name's Ivor Henry, just in case you're wondering who is the commentator. This time he's banging this one into the offside. Again, it goes straight to the deep extra cover. One bounce throw into the wicketkeeper. So they're keeping the scoreboard ticking. The boundaries have pretty much dried up, but we saw a nice lofted 6 runs. This time again he's coming down, using his feet well. He was not to the pitch of it, so he had to just put his bat so that it doesn't get past to the wicket keeper. Otherwise he would have been out stumped, I would imagine. So he just bunted to extra cover. So we have a wing of fielders. We have Point, man in the 45, and they have cover point as well. So outside the off stump, and he's on the edging. This one here goes to the man in the 45, wants to his right, but he is a left-hander. Picked the ball up with his right hand, had to transfer it to his left. By then, the batters would have made good their grounds. One more to the total, 79. He's using his feet, playing it in the air a bit there, but splitting point and extra cover. Just a single. So nice study over there. Just 4 runs coming from his first over. That is Anuraj. So you have kept these 2 batters in check. 80 for no loss. Suleiman is on 41, just 9 away from the first 50 of the tournament. We haven't seen a 50 in yesterday's proceeding, but he's 9 away, and he's gone there, having taken just 25 deliveries to get there. Side DP is on 34 from 29, so both batsmen are going at a good clip. 80 for no loss. Yesterday they amassed 161 for 4. Seem to be the informed team, the LA Lions, so far in this tournament. He thought he was in business there, but he gone just over the head of the long off fielder, and it's another US Open maximum. Okay, we've been joined by Caribbean Global Voices, so we are going to be carrying the match here live, and sorry about that. Seems as if I was over, but I got dropped. It seems as if from the broadcast that was over there. I didn't even realize that was going on at that end. So for the folks who are with us on Caribbean Global Voices, we want to welcome you to the feed now. It's Cricket Lovely Cricket. This time he's playing this one into the offside again. The ground feeling has been good and can't score. Point gets in the way. 90 for no loss. The count run rate over 9. And with all the wickets in hand, I wonder if we'll see the first. This one is in the air. There's a man circling. He's getting under it. Goes over his head and has gone for yet another US Open maximum. For a moment, the wide long off thought he was in business. He didn't get all of it, the batter. He didn't get all of it. Let's have a look. Using his feet well, hitting mostly the upper portion of the bat. Fielder was down there, just over his head. It was about 4 meters in off the boundary, but it was still over his head nonetheless. Maybe he would have stand a better chance if he was about 4 inches taller and was right back on the boundary, but I would imagine his momentum would have taken him over the boundary. So 96 it is, 1 strike away from the 100. Oh, cheeky outside the off stump, and paddle sweeping it just over the stumps and to the left of the keeper for a double. 98 for no loss. We're going to see This has been the biggest partnership so far of the tournament, and at the end of 10, 98 it is for the loss of no wickets. So 98 it is for no loss. This time the batsman is driving back along the track to the bowler, well fielded, feeling to his own bowling. That's his Anuraj. Bowled a nice tidy over in his first over, just went for the 4 runs. He's going after him, inside out, it is in the air, the cover sweeper can't get there. He knocked it down, and in the meantime, they were thinking 2, but they just got the 1-1. I don't think that was good running between the sticks there. He thought he was in danger of getting out, but it was a good effort by the fielder. But the ball died on him. So 99, they should have at least taken 2 runs there. But it seems as if Anuraj is keeping things in check. Just 5 runs so far. This time he's tugging this one into the onside, under edging it, just for the single. So the 100 comes up. 100 for no loss. The first 100-run partnership of this tournament. And they're doing it for no loss at that. There's no chance given. This time playing with soft hands into the offside. Cover point once to his right, picks up, and he gets his 50. So that's 50 for Solomon. The first 50 of the tournament goes to Solomon. Sam is driving into the offside for a single. That is Saideep. He's keeping pace as well. He has rolled on to 47, just 3 away from his 50. 102. This time back to the bowler. He should have taken that one, but it was like a hot potato. And it was a misfield down on the long off boundary. So 2 bad misses there. He could have taken a hot bowl and caught, but it was not to be. There it is. It was. There it is. He got there, but could not effect the stop. So at the end of over number 11, it is 106 for no loss. Salman is on 54 and Saideep is on 47. This is the first match of 3 matches slated for today. Again, LA Lions would have won their match yesterday when they played against the defending champions, Chicago Catchers. Chicago Catchers, they were mauled yesterday, as a matter of fact. They were bowled out for 93 runs. They batted 16.5 overs, trying to get to 162 for the win. They fell well short. Fell short by 68 runs. So Saideep, 1 strike away from his 50. He's on 47. Let's see if he's going to milk his way to the 50 or if he's going to just take a stroll in the park. Raza is back. His first over went for 11 runs. He's going to be bowling around the sticks, left arm round. This time again playing with soft hands for the single, so I think he's going to think of getting his 50 before he continue to wheel the willow. This time it's coming from the, oh, that's poor running again there. That should have been a single. The wicketkeeper had to leave base and run to the backward square leg where there's no fielder. They gave up a single. And Sandeep, he wants to get a strike. He's on 48. Suleiman refused a single there. This time he's banging this one into the offside. Now they take the single. So what's the difference? You refuse a single to take another single. I'm not too sure. Not too sure what would have happened there, but again, cricket, lovely cricket. This time he's pulling this one in the air, getting all of it, and goes over the boundary ropes, and that's his 50. He raises the bat now in acknowledgement, with the cheers coming in from his teammates just below us here in the hut. So he goes on to 54. This total goes on to 114. No, 108 as a matter of fact, for no loss. No. The scoreboard has been rolling back. It's 114. I was correct. My math has got to be right. Somehow the scoreboard came up there. It's 114. This time playing it into the onside. Let's see if he got a touch into that one. It's going to be some work here for umpire Charlie. Leg by. So 115 for no loss. That's good going here by the LA Lions. They are roaring. Vegas high risers, they're on a low at this time. They're not rising high at this time. They need a wicket. Had an opportunity in the last over with a ball and caught, even though he was a hot potato. They've got to take him. So not a bad over by contrast. Just a few runs coming from that. Mighty 6 came from it though, but 10 runs coming from that over. So they've been keeping pace with the 10 runs and over. 116 from 72 deliveries. Saideep is on 54 and Suleiman is on 56. So their contributions to the 116 with a little help from extras. So we're bathed in sunshine, but we're keeping fingers crossed. Tomorrow, rain is on the radar. Oh, he's going big again into the onside, and he's tugging this one into the cow corner area, getting all of it, and has gone for yet another US Open maximum. Up goes the hands of umpire Delroy Festus Lynn. Who needs Jenny Craig when you can get your exercises as an umpire? 122. We'll have a look. Bang, outside the off stump, and he just looked at it, stayed for the pose. He knew he got all of it, and up, and away she went. So again, you can follow the ball by ball here on Caribbean Global Voices, but YouTube or the MAQ TV, you can have the viewing of this lovely production. This time he's playing it along the ground. Goes out to the cover sweeper just for the single. So there's been good batting by these two. They've been found guilty once or twice with the running between the sticks when they could have had 2 runs into the deep. They took a single, and there was a single that was turned down. This time he's playing this one down to long on, try to get in the way and can't field it. It goes beyond the boundary markers for 4. More exercises for umpire Delroy Lynn. He waves his hand for 4. The batter knew it was 4 because he didn't even try to run, but I think the fielder, he got there, but I think the bounce eluded him. So these two, I think they're gonna really willow. This time he's banging this one on the ground just for the single. As long on gets in the way, just the 1-1. So 128 for no loss. Suleiman is into the 60s. He is on 63. Saideep is on a 59. These two batters are keeping pace, so none is keeping back the other. He's playing this one again along the turf. Wide long off gets in the way. We've seen the weather birds flying around. Oh, come on. We're going to keep fingers crossed for tomorrow. Slated for rain and more rain. One Linnet in St. Kitts, she loves the rain. So, but we who wants to play cricket, we don't want to play the rain. Oh, this is full toss, but he's hitting in, picking his spot beautifully over the extra cover fielder and splitting the long off and the deep extra cover. Beautifully done. 4 more to the total. We'll have a look. It was a full toss and he picked his spot. That is good cricket. That is good batting by any measure. So 133 it is at the end of 13. I think we're going to see the first 200 mark in this tournament, which is good for cricket. We have to big up the Kuwaiters. Another lovely deck. Played on the same deck yesterday. It was nice and pacey and bouncy. Good for both batting and bowling. But again, I'm wondering if the Vegas High Rollers are regretting sending in the red hot LA Lions. They won their match yesterday. They're full of confidence. Wonder if it would have been better. This time he's going in the air and over the long off fielder for yet another US Open maximum. 6 more. Again, who needs Jenny Craig when Charlie can do his exercises while umpiring? Up goes his arms above his shoulders and head. That's the signal for 6. Well. And he's going again, and bang, and this one is even bigger. Well, they're serving up 6s here, and I'm telling you, Suleiman, he's raced on to 76, and the total is raced on to 145. I think the Vegas High Rollers are going to be regretting putting in this red-hot LA Lions. They're rolling. And he's going again, but there's a man down there. Oh, he's tight late, and he goes for 4. I think he picked it up late. He thought he could have got in there a little quicker. We'll have a look. That one coming from the bottom of the bat. He's rolled up to 80 now. He came from the bottom of the bat. Didn't really get a hold of it. He was going for a hat trick of 6s. With a smile on his face, thinking, I got away with 1 there. A more agile fielder may have gotten in there. But because he was serving up 6s, he didn't expect the ball to fall within the field. I guess that's what took him by surprise. What's up with you, man? You've been hitting the ball over the boundary. I don't expect to hit one in the air within the field. You cannot hit a ball within the playing area when you've been hitting them over the boundary marker. This time, this one is up into the pad, going down the leg side. Not even a stifle appeal. So these two batters, they break ranks. They were neck and neck in the 30s, 40s. But Suleiman say, I'm going to take off and leave you in the dust. He's gone to 81, while Sandeep has gone up to 64. At the end of the over, it's 151 for no loss. My word. Having sent into bat, I think that the High Rollers would have been looking for wickets. They didn't have much opportunity. They had, I reckon, maybe 2 a ball on court, and in the last over, a more alert and agile fielder would have probably got in there and pull up a snapper. And any one of these batters, you had to catch them, you would be catching a big snapper. They've looked the part, both batters. I think we're going to have a change of mittens. It's a good day for cricket. This is day number 2 of this tournament. And be reminded, it is the 17th edition of this tournament. Last year's champion, the Chicago Catchers, they went down in a heap yesterday. They were bowled out for 93 runs. They were bowled out in 16.5 overs, as a matter of fact. They did not bat their allotted 20 overs. So that enabled the LA Lions to get even a better net run rate. Oftentimes, net run rate comes into play in deciding the positioning of the top 4 teams. So, and oftentimes teams leave it a little too late. But I am here to remind them that from match number 1, you should start thinking about your net run rate, especially with rain hovering around. It is Saturday in our neck of the woods. I'll not be missing any cricket. There's going to be a bowling change. Another new bowler, Bobby. I think the skipper, not knowing too many of these new faces. It's franchise cricket, so there was a draft. All this time he's bowling a full toss. He's not really getting a hold of it. He's tugging it from about middle stump out to the long on position for the single. He goes on to 65. That is side deep and brings the hard hitting Suleiman, who is on 81. The way you don't want to take your eyes off of your TV. I'm telling you, he might very well get to the 100 in this over. He's in a no-nonsense mood. He's going for broke, he's going for glory, and he has played some glorious shots along the way. 152 comes up. And the batter is waving for something. What he's asking, we are not too sure. I mean, we can't help you from here, pal. What is he asking, and who is he speaking to? Something is in the way, perhaps change of mittens again, or refreshment, water. Umpires, let's get a hold of what's going on. The batters are not comfortable with something. All right, well, it's refreshment time. They've not been doing too much running between the sticks. They've been doing some heavy lifting. That's what they've been doing. Quite a number of boundaries been hitting. Matter of fact, we have seen them refuse singles. That's how confident these 2 batters are. Perhaps I can say the LA Lions. They're very confident. They refuse 2 singles. I don't know if those 2 singles are going to come back to haunt them. But by the look of things, into the offside, bang! It's going to go very close to the boundary. Good bit of feeling down there. Just for the 2. He was playing it, square-driven shot. See, going to get a good accommodating bounce here, right here. There it is. Back in, well saved. Umpire is satisfied after the replay. That is just the 2. Oh, he's going in the air and he has gone big. That is 6 more, Mr. Scorer. Half a dozen, please. I'm saying the wicketkeeper with hands and hip and saying, what in the world is going on here? Well, like I said, Suleiman is in a no-nonsense mood. Do not take your eyes off of the TV. Do not, do not, do not. If you want to see the first century of the tournament, he's just 11 runs away. He's got to 89 from 43 deliveries. He's looked the part. He's batted beautifully. 11 away, and we still have 3 deliveries left. Can he get to his century in this over? He's targeting Bobby. Bobby is coming for his first over. And he's going again in the air, but he's going to go one bounce down to the deep mid-wicket area. All aggressive shots. He's not in defense at all. He goes into the 90s. He is on 90, but he's off strike. And this brings Saideep, who's been there at the top of the inning with him. He's faced the same 44 deliveries, but he has got, can I say, only 65? That sounds, it sounds odd. You're having 65 from 44 deliveries, but when you put it into context and by contrast, his batting partner, Suleiman, has got to 90 from the same 44 deliveries. So that's why we're saying he has only gotten 65 from his 44. Would you say poor batting? Nah, that is good batting, good partnership. This time he's driving along the ground down to wide long on for the single. Goes on to 66, and this brings the hard-hitting Suleiman back on strike with just the one delivery. So by cricket calculation, if he's going to be a fair delivery, he would not get to his century, because you can get no more than 6 runs from any one delivery. So he's a 90. A 6 would just take him to 96. But let's see what he will do. Ball is going around the sticks and bowling one that is wide of the mark. Call and signal wide there by umpire Delroy Festus Lynn. I don't blame him. It was a wide outside the off stump. Sometimes you have to run away from the willow. This leather been getting some sticks. So he opted to bowl around the wicket, and he bowled it wide of the mark, away from the batter. Did not give him a fair chance of playing a proper cricketing stroke. Let's see, he goes around the sticks again. And this time he's playing this one in the air and away out of the playing area for yet another US Open maximum. There goes another one. He rolls on to 96, and the total rolls on to 169 for no loss. Faisal, are you regretting sending in this team? I'm telling you, he was doing some house cleaning there. He was sweeping, pulling out the broom. Cricket, lovely cricket. Now the umpires are having a chit-chat. They're off screen because the ball has gone. That's the biggest 6 of the tournament, I may add. The ball has left the playing area, left the field, and went to the swap shop to do some shopping. And now the ball has worked its way back onto the field. In the meantime, the fielders themselves are having some refreshments. Now the ball is going to be examined there by umpire Nazir Charlie to make sure it is the same ball and to make sure the ball is in good playing condition. Good umpiring. He showed it to his padre and said it's a go. Delroy Festus Lynn goes back to his position. It's going to be at the square leg position as that over ended, over number 15. So the party is now started, but it seems as if this party has been started a long time ago. Well, I think runs oftentimes makes the 2020 cricket interesting. They say the Caribbean Global Voices were having their usual Saturday morning entertainment show, and somehow I got dropped from over there, and I was here at the controls. Did not even realize what was happening. So, I want to apologize to the faithful listeners of the Caribbean Global Voices Saturday morning entertainment show, but we are covering some cricket here at the same time. So, Stand by. Oh, this is a glorious shot. Oh my goodness, what a shot. Gone past the extra cover, sweetly timed, and down to the boundary for 4. This takes Sandeep up to 70. So 174 for no loss. They have not taken a wicket. And oftentimes when you win the toss, you want to make some inroads in the wicket, but they have had 2 chances of getting a wicket, but it was not to be realized. Oh, there's a full toss, but it's not high enough to be called a no ball. But could do no more than to just push it off him for the single. So 175 it is for no loss. So this brings Saideep, he is on a 71. Face some 47 deliveries. Well, this time he's going in the air and he goes straight into the hands of the long on fielder. Wicket number 1 goes, and he was really going for glory, but it was a good knock in the end. He's gone for 71 from some 48 deliveries. He didn't really get a hold of it, but it was a good, nice catch, tumbling catch down there on the long on position. So a partnership of 175. So first wicket would have fallen in the 16th over. And now we're going to see. To see what number 3 batter does. I don't know if the batting order would have changed, but I know it's time to wheel the willow because we're into the 16th over. Be reminded, it is a 2020 over tournament. And again, be reminded too, it is the 17th edition of this tournament. Cricket, lovely cricket coming to you from the beautiful city of Lauderhill. This is an ICC approved venue. By the way, this tournament is sanctioned by the ICC. It's one of the major tournaments in the USA. We know we have the major league and the minor leagues, but it's far and away the longest. Started in 2008. Yours truly, Ivor Henry, been here for every single one of them. Charlie's asking the cricketers to get on with it. Let's get on with it. And they're trying to move the side screen, trying to push it a little further to the east. Well, you're not missing the cricket, they're just making an adjustment to the side screen. That's below us here. So new batter is the southpaw, so I guess the angle coming from around the sticks. This time he's playing a dot for his first delivery, back to the bowler, and they can't score. So that new batter is Abhishek. He's the southpaw. He's coming with the score on 175 with with just 3 overs left after this over. He's going outside the off stump, swing and a miss. And that's the end of a successful over. First time I'm saying that for today and in this match. The end of a successful over in the 16th over. So the Vegas High rollers have been toiling. They've been rolled over, as a matter of fact. They wanted to be the rollers rolling over someone, but they've been rolled low. They're not high anymore.
I'm Alexis Wilson. I'm here at the U.S. Open for cricket. I have Shakib Rayhan here with me. He's the manager of the LA Lions. Shakib, how is the game going so far?
The game is going very well. The environment is positive. Focus is very strong. Everybody's playing according to the plan, so we're doing pretty good.
Okay. Shakib, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think we're going to win today?
Definitely, 100%. Yeah, we have 140 right now on the board with no loss of wicket. So there's still about 6 overs left. So I think we're in a very good position. We feel very comfortable.
I will say that it does seem like we're in a great position right now. I want to ask you, what are your top 3 strongest players on the team right now?
Top 3 right now, we have Saideep Ganesh and Suleiman Arabzai batting. We're going to send one down, Hizbullah Durrani. He has played under 19 for Afghanistan, so we're feeling pretty good.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Shakib.
You're welcome.
I'll check back in with you in a little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Back to cricket here. We had a wide delivery bowled in that over for those who would have missed it. So Shuja is back. He has given up some 21 from his 2 overs. He has gone for 10 and over. Outside the off stump into the offside playing but can't beat point. That's a busy area. Oftentimes you put your better fielder right there. But he played it straight to him. So Suleiman trying to get to his 100. It's a pity that his partner Saideep is not there to congratulate him if he gets there. This time he's playing just to the right of point. And they're thinking the double. And they're going to get there quite comfortably in the end. So he goes up to 99. 99. Oftentimes we've seen a lot of batters get out to 99. Let's hope that he would not be that unlucky, bad lucky. He's just one away. He's been hitting to all parts of this park. Oh, a full toss. Oh, the non-striker was in a spot of bother there as he squatted it just to the right of him. He takes the helmet off. That's his 100, the first 100 of this 17th edition of this US Open, and he's a happy man. And he gives praises to Allah. He kisses the ground and he says, well done. Don't know if it was his first 100 ever, but no matter how many you would have had, they always have that sweetness. You could have had 100 centuries, you make 101, you're going to still glorify it. So all glory to God, all glory to Allah. Says thank you. Pi Festus says, well, let's get on with the game. So it's got 100 from 49 deliveries, as a matter of fact. So we're getting very close to innings close. What would the final total be? From the look of things, it's going to be well over 200. Especially if Suleiman stays. This time he's down the leg side. It's going to be called and signaled wide there by umpire Delroy Festus Lynn. He It would have been a good delivery to the right-hander, but it is the southpaw that's on strike. So it's down the leg side. Easy call for umpire. Delroy Lynn, 180 for 1. Pleasant good morning to all MAQ TV viewers. And again, you can hop over to the YouTube channel as well. Alongside Caribbean Global Voices. Ball them! So 1 wicket brings 2, and Abhishek did not last long. He did not trouble his score. He had a duck. Sucked up some 3 deliveries for his duck. He was going for glory. Like we said, the party has begun. The stage has been set. So don't know if he was the original number 3 batter, but he did the right. I don't think that his dugout is going to be too mad at him trying to go for glory. At least he's not a selfish cricketer. Most cricketers would say, let me get off the mark, let me poke a single here or there. But he's saying team comes first. He was trying to go for glory. Because at least we're in the 17th over. So this other batter has got to carry on. You either poke the single and get the red hot Suleiman on strike, or you go for broke. So I will not scorebook as a duck, and they didn't contribute, but that's not the truth. You have to put things in context. He was asked to swing the willow. They're trying to get over 200. At least they're 20 runs away from the 200 mark. It is 180 for 2. We have 16 overs and 16.4 overs being bowled. So you've got to wheel the willow. There's no holding back. I want to say good morning to Lynette over there in St. Kitts, taking in some of the coverage alongside Cardinal Mills, Dennis Heat, Leon Francis, Mertrice Nisbet. They're all taking in cricket. We have Junior outside the off stump. It's going to be touch and go, but the umpire said it was a fair delivery. And again, the batter is following the instructions. It was outside the off stump and he was playing an aggressive shot. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. He's playing an aggressive shot because the stage has been set. It's time for eating. Sandeep and Suleiman have done all the hard work. There it is. Oh, he's trying to tug this one from outside the off stump. Pads on. He's gone on to 1. And again, 101. This one into the onside again just for the single. So a good comeback by the bowlers. Oh, he's playing one nice and cheeky. He's going to get 4 for this. Plays the dill scoop. A repertoire of strokes, he has them all. He plays on the offside and on the leg side, and that's the difficulty of the wicket. I'm telling you, it's trouble for any skipper, for the bowler. But it's always good to watch when you can score both sides. It's not going to be boring cricket. So he has raced away to 100 and no, that is that's Ishaq. We had it all wrong. I'm sorry. Outside the off stump, towing the line, not going to be called a wide. He looked up as if to say, wasn't that a wide? Nope. So I beg your pardon. Suleiman is on 108. So Ishaq is doing exactly what he ought to be doing, trying to get runs on the board. And again, and again, and again. And he's got all of this. It's gone for 6. Sweeping one from outside the off stump. Clever batting. Clever batting. So who needs wide? So what he did, go outside the off stump and say, I'm going to put it over the deep fine leg position since there's no fine leg in place. Now we're going to push back the fine leg who was up in this circle, and we're going to put him back on the boundary. But these batters are clever. Let's see what he will do with this one. Now that you pushed him back, and you're going to pull in the point, pulling in the deep point. So let's see if he's going to play this one in the point position. Now, the 200 comes up, by the way. So 200, first 200 of the tournament. Oh, he's going in the air. He has the height. Does he have the distance? No. And the fielder himself did not get a chance because the ball died on him. So Suleiman, I'm sure he's going to go for broke. Again, he's not going to worry about getting out, but it's always, you know, something special to get a century not out. But don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. You were sent into bat. You do not know the other team's strength. Oh, this time he's pulling this one, and he's pulling it and pulling it with all the confidence in the world. And it's gone for yet another US Open maximum. Oh, glory. I'm telling you, this batter can bat. Suleiman, who is the man? Suleiman is the man. So Suleiman has gone on to 114. First century of the tournament. Highest total of the tournament, 207 so far, and counting. One more delivery left in this, the penultimate over. And I'm sure he's going to go for broke 114, his individual score. And he's batted beautifully all the way. He was in a partnership of 175. Oh, this one is going to be wide of the mark. It's going to be called and signaled wide by umpire Delroy Festus Lynn. Moshed would have umpired yesterday. He's the third umpire in this game. He's up in the shed doing duties as the third umpire today, while umpire Javid Charlie is keeping company with umpire Delroy Lynn. 208 for 2 over number 19. It comes in. Ball this time he's going in the air. There's a man circling down there like an airplane looking to land, but that ball has gone way over his head. So he became just a spectator. Another US Open maximum. My word. What can you do to keep Suleiman? He's like he's playing golf. He's playing baseball. He's standing and delivering. He has gone on to 120. And at the end of 19, it is 214 for the loss of only 2 wickets. Well. Earlier in the proceedings, the Vegas High Rollers would have won the toss. They decided to field first, and they've been chasing leather from ball 1. And now they're going to have to be chasing runs at the end of this inning. Can they do it? When you would have won the toss, you decide that you're going to need wickets. You're telling yourself you can chase down whatever they put on the board. So cricket is a funny old game. Oh, this time is right up in the block hole. Loud appeal. Umpire Charlie says no. It's a leg by. Oh, we'll have a look. He was playing right across it. The batter is showing his bat, saying, did I get a bat on it? So extras had no bat. That's what the umpire is saying. But the team got a run. Again, Suleiman is back on strike. Last over of this inning. Oh, that was a good delivery. He saw him coming. And they're going to try to get the 2. Are they going to run the 2? Yes, it's touch and go, touch and go, touch and go. And he's sacrificed his inning trying to get up there. So he is run out. They're going to ask for the run out upstairs. I'm sure they're going to ask for the run out upstairs. But let's see what's happened. Wicket is down. Umpire Delroy Fesserslin raising that dreaded finger. Suleiman is taking the walk back. He took a hit for his team because it was always a chance for the second run. But he got to 121. One run would be credited to him. So here it is. He had a hiccup along the way. He did not run for the two from the beginning. And here it is. He was running and looking back. You're slowing down yourself. You're running and looking back. You should head for home. Head for home. So I think he made a mistake right there. So he got to 121 because he got the 1-1. No, we have to have a look at that again. We have to have a look at that again. All right, well, cricket goes on. Oh, then this one he's playing it down the leg side, and it's going to be another run out because the non-striker was looking for the single. It was his call, but the striker did not move. What was he thinking? You're thinking runs. Yes, the non-striker did the right thing. I hope they're not going to blame him now for that run out. So 217 for 3. All right, well, we're into the dying moment of this inning here. We had a look at the run out here, and it seemed as if they should have called upstairs for the run out. So the umpires have got to come to these meetings. Run out and stump, there's a camera in place for that. Oh, this one is in the air and still in the air. Meat and drink. There was a full toss right on the bat of the batter, and he squatted it over the boundary for 6. Just baseball style. He just put his bat in it and just guided it. Pretty much. These big heavy bats didn't have to really put any shoulder into it or anything. No aggression, just timed it over the fence. So 223 it is for 4. We have one final delivery left. So Isaac is on 19. Oh, this time he's pulling it down the leg side and it's going to go 1 bounce 4. So he ends with a boundary. So 227 is the final score and for 4 wickets. Yesterday they lost 4 wickets as well when they batted, and they got to 161 yesterday. Today they did much better, 227 for the loss of 4 wickets. So new one chase is going to be 228 for the win.
Hi everyone, I'm Alexis Wilson. I'm here at the US Open for cricket. I have a star team player right here. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Suleiman Arabzai.
Hi. So you just scored 100 rounds on your... See, that's why I wanted to practice, because I need another word. I have a star team player right here. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Suleiman Arabzai.
Okay, this man just did 100 hit home runs. And do you want to tell me how you're feeling right now?
I'm feeling very well because I make 100 for my team. It was a good start for us. We won our first game, and I make 44 runs. So and now I make 100. I feel very well.
Yeah, no, you should feel very well. You did very well. Do you want to know, you want to tell the crowd what's next in the game? How are we going to make sure we win the game?
Yeah, we have a good side, so we won't we are here to win the tournament. So yeah, we have a good side, so we believe in ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much for showing up today, and we're proud of you on this team.
Thank you. Thank you for US Open and Mike, all the stuff to make this kind of tournaments for youngsters. So yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah. Thank you.
Good job.
Okay, well, it's time for the one chase here, and it's going to be 228. That is required for the win. So 228, that's the target score. And we're having Faisal. So we have another man, Faisal Oeman. So let's see if you're going to emulate Soliman. We have Oeman. He is on 0. He's on strike now, having faced 1 delivery. This is his second. Outside the off stump, swinging away from the batsman. But he had a big movement after he would have passed the batter, thus being a legal delivery. So says umpire Delroy Festus Lynn. So Shubham is the other opening batter to keep company with Faisal Oeman. So Abdullah outside the off stump, cutting beautifully, goes down to the boundary for 4, and he held the pose. So they're on their way, off the mark with 4. That is Faisal. So again, want to say good morning to Lenny Archibald. He will be with us on Tuesday. So we would have had some changes from the Monday. Monday is a rest day, so bear that in mind. And so Tuesday, we'll have the golden voice of Lenny Archibald. I hope and wish he would have brought his son. I'll have room for him here in the com box. But as a matter of fact, I'm going to tune in and have him on radio commentary shortly. I have to make sure that he... Oh, there's a quick single. There's a shy at the non-strikers then. Good backing up in the end there by the mid-on fielder. It was really thrown with some venom. My word, he was like stoning mangoes there. But he missed those 3 sticks. It was touch and go. Umpire Delroy Festus Lynn almost had to call for a run out upstairs on the big screen. 5 for no loss. So Shubham now facing his first delivery. Outside the off stump, swinging a miss. It's a tall order. They have to go from ball 1. So with a required run rate over 11, there's no time to waste. So Faisal Iqbal, he's got his work cut out for him. He and his team, he's got to rally his troop from the benches because he's not on strike. He's not in the wicket as yet. So I can see my buddy Ian below us down here. I might pull him right into this com box sooner than later. Outside the off stump, the good delivery coming back into the batter there. And over number 1 has come to an end with a total on 5 for no loss. So early in the proceedings at the coin toss, the Vegas High Rollers, they would have called right and decided that they were going to field first. I don't know if they're going to live to regret that. It's early days yet. But what happened? They would have realized 227 runs were put on board by the LA Lions for the loss of only, and I'm going to emphasize, only 4 wickets. Normally, when you would have won the toss and you would have sent your team in, your opposition to bat, you try to minimize the runs and or take wickets. So scoreboard now is going to be moving again because they're going to have A left-armer bowling from round the sticks. No, he's going to be bowling over the sticks, I guess. Or he's a right arm. He's vigorously rubbing the ball in his right backside. Okay, well, that was the designated ball shiner. Was just shining the ball. But the bowler is going to be Faisal. Faisal K. And that's a wide. He starts with a wide. Six for no loss. Comes in now, bowls it outside the off stump, bang into the offside, but whoa, beautifully fielded there. Was a good looking shot, but it was well fielded there in the covers. It was straight to him. This one was short, rising the batsman, aiming to pull. Well, the proceeding continues. 14 for no loss. We're into over number 3. Comes in from the far end. Snap bang into the onside. He's going to play it into the vacant mid-wicket area, and it goes away for 4. Well, that's Faisal. He now goes into double figures. Total rolls on to 18 for no loss. Having our presence here, the Honorable Darren Powell, out of Jamaica, the land of wood and water.
Thanks for having me. That was a lovely shot there over mid-wicket by Faisal. They're looking very comfortably here, trying to get to that total. They're not taking too many risks, but they're looking good.
Good, it's a tall order. They're trying to get, a swing and a miss outside the off stump. Naughty, naughty. I guess he's doesn't have that cover-driven shot. He's trying to tug it from outside off about a 5th stump, trying to play it into the onside. I guess there's a vacant mid-wicket, and where the boundary riders. Let's see, there's square leg and third man. So I guess he was trying to pick his spot, and he caught up with the wind instead of that leather. But 228 the target score, quite a tall order.
Well, yes, I was watching the game, and I see that the batters at the top, they posted a good partnership up the top, and it was 175 for the first wicket in 15.4 overs.
Yes. Oh, this time he's top edging it. It's going to be perilously close to the fielder up in the circle, the fine leg, but in the meantime, the scampers through for single. This one was angling down the leg. He was trying to pull it. He was, I think, too much effort. Sometimes you don't need all that muscle to get the boundary, but it was not bad, though. He was trying to put it in the area of square leg. Maybe he just needed to just guide it past the fine leg up in the circle, but he tried to muscle it. In the meantime, they scampered through for the single. But yes, Darren, 175 for the first wicket. And I thought when Saideep, when he left, he was really going for broke. He got caught in the boundary. He too wanted to get his century. Oh, that's a misfield there. Ball cannon into his leg, enabling the batters to run through for a single. They're going to need much more than that.
Well, yes, chasing 227, you're going to have to try and score off as many balls as possible, and particularly boundary balls. And now that we have the field restrictions, only 2 fielders out, I am hoping that they could find the gaps more than anything else, and this will give them a good platform to go at.
Yes, we're having made 227-4, target score of 228. This time he's playing it off the legs. There's runs here for him. There's a foot chase, ball chase, foot chase, who would win the race? Let's see if it's going to be a good bit of feeling. Can we see the first 3 runs in the proceedings? I think so. Umpires are satisfied that it's 3. We'll have a look on screen. Walk it onto the onside, of course.
That's a good save.
That's a good save. And yes, he crashed into the boundary board, but not with the ball touching him or the ball actually touching the boundary board. So, Darren, good eyes.
Yes.
All right, so it's cricket here. This time he's wrapped him on the pad, loud appeal, but it clearly going down the leg side. Umpire Delroy Festus Lind, one of your Jamaican compatriots, had no difficulty in saying no.
No, he won't give that out. That ball was heading down the leg side by maybe another stump or so. Very good decision. When I saw this man for the first time, I said this man could, retire, but he has very sharp eyes, man, and he's eating a lot of carrots.
Oh, Delroy Festus Lind, my brother from another mother. Yes, he's been around for a long time. He really enjoys a good game. So, well, Darren, it'll be remiss of me not to bring a little politics into this, because you would have served your country at least in that realm. So, how was it
Politics
for
is
you?
cricket. Politics is in cricket too, you know.
Politics is in cricket. Well, you tell me. I have to. You walk the walk. So then, by you leaving the cricket, going into politics, it was just another stepping stone. Bowled him. He knocked him over. Lights, timber. Wicket number 1 goes, and it was done with no assistance for Faisal. He needed no assistance. He said, "From my hand to those timber." Wicket number 1.
Well, you can see that for that delivery, he was trying to search for power. He was leaning back instead of coming forward to that delivery. And that is what caused him to miss that delivery by a huge, huge gap. And that was well bowled also by the bowler. That was a teasing delivery, inviting him for the big hit. And he missed, and then the bowler hits.
That's right. So the stump went for a walk, and it's been back in its original place now, fixed there by umpire Delroy Lynn. So how was it for you at your time in the politics? I know you were in politics in cricket, like you say, but now you actually serve the people in Parliament.
Well, it's an honor always wanting to serve and serving. You know, people are very unique. Everybody's not the same. It's just to understand what you're doing and what they want. And, you know, the transition from cricket, it helps me, because in cricket I met people from all different walks of life, and you have to learn to adapt and listen a lot. And it helped me. So when I got into cricket and into politics, it was not something that was really difficult for me. It's just to understand, you know, what I am serving for in the political arena, and their boundaries, that I do not get in trouble doing too much.
Well, thank you. And with only 30 seconds left, because we can see the signal red light going off for your little stint here, your main purpose of being here on the park?
Well, actually, at first I wanted to play, but when I got here and got the invitation for coaching the Dallas Smasher team, I could not pass that up. No, but I am going to play a few games also. So I'm here also to help, for, you know, to try and win the tournament, but also for guys to learn from me so that they can improve their cricket, because US Open, since I was here playing in 2013, 2014, it has made a huge transition, and I must commend MAQ for his tremendous work in not giving up. He never stopped. When COVID came in, you know, everybody looking for a break, but he did not break. And here it is now. This is, to me, one of the best tournaments so far.
Yes, indeed. Well, we want to thank you for coming through, now being player, coach. And we would have heard manager player in our days growing up. Now we have coaches so much into the cricket now that you have now bought a new a coach's player.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'm going to wish you and your team all the very best, and you're very welcome to come on back if you can get the permission from the higher hierarchies in your organization, because I know you're going to be a busy man. Oh, this one is going down to the third man area, and a good catch has been taken there. Fielder well placed. He guided it straight into the hands of third man. Wicket number 2 goes. So, Darren, we want to thank you for coming through, and all the very best in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, thank you.
That was Darren Powell there, just gracing us with his presence, and he's going to be playing, as much as he said that he's going to be the coach of the team, so he'll be coaching himself as well when he tried to showcase his wares on the park. And of course, he made it a point of duty to say hi and hello to MAQ Qureshi and gave him all the commendations that was indeed necessary, and I sure well deserved, Mr. MAQ Qureshi. Darren Powell, former West Indies international cricketer, turned politician, but as you heard him say, politics is in cricket as well. So it was not a new for him. It was just a transition from actually coming off the cricket field and getting into a suit and tie and sitting in Parliament. Well, we're going to wish he and his team all the very best in this 17th edition of the US Open. All right, well, like we said, the second wicket will have fallen. And now we have the new batter, who is Shubman. No, who is Sohail. Sohail is the new batter. Shubham has been there for quite a while, faced some 7 deliveries. Then the batsman is covering up nicely as he stroke it to mid-off. Can't score. 23 for the loss of 2 wickets. So the first wicket fell on 23, and now in the same over. So we had 2 wickets in that over. So you know the usual. 1 brings 2. Can 2 bring 3? I'm wondering if Faisal is going to have any regrets. He would have won the toss this morning, inserted the Lions, and they would. Bang! That's a good-looking shot. 1 bounce 4 into the offside. There's nothing like a cover-driven shot. And like I said, we're still in the power play. Only 2 men out, third man and deep square leg. But this one was not aerial by any means. It just split cover and extra cover and down to the boundary for 4. It was a line drive, I can say. It was nothing in the air for a caught. It would have had to go straight to the fielder for a catch. And even the fielder giving punches to the batter, saying a good shot. By the way, they're going to need a lot more where those came from. Where that came from. It's a long way for them to be from home. It's 27-4-2. Nice, bright, sunny day with a nice, gentle breeze blowing from east to west. Nice, green, lush field playing on the last pitch, the number 4 pitch on this square. Again, all hails to the curator, head curator, Mr. Milton Taylor, and his boys. Mark Ebanks, Tony, I want to say all hails to you guys. Been doing a wonderful job. I have to get in touch with the park manager to really let him know what a wonderful job Mr. Milton Taylor is doing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say it here and now. Mr. Milton Taylor is a keeper. He is a keeper. That's one guy you don't want to leave. He gives you 200% every time. You know, there's a nursery rhyme, leave them alone and they will come home. Well, I say leave him alone and you'll get your work done. This time outside the off stump, tailing back in. And it's a loud appeal for a caught behind. Umpire Festus Lynn is unmoved. Said he didn't get a touch. I just said you bowled a beautiful delivery. Well deserving of getting a wicket, but not on this occasion. So 27 it is. For the loss of 2 wickets. Both wickets fell when the score was on 23. Again, Lenny Archibald, we're going to try to see if we can get you squared away, hooked up with some radio commentary while you're away. Technology can afford that. Outside the off stump, trying to play that glorious cover drive, but missed, taken there by the wicket keeper. The third man is in play, there's no slips. And we're going to have to see if there's another man outside. They can afford 2 outside of the 30-yard circle. But with such a big score on the board, I think they're not too keen on, well, the square leg is in place. But they're not hunting for wickets as such. If they come, they're going to take them. Down the leg side, wayward delivery. Oh, the wicketkeeper got there, but was not able to pull it in. And the third man ran to his left and just couldn't get his size 12 boots on it. So 4 wides. That's 5 more to the total. So 32. Remember the target score is going to be 228. Again, we just had the voice of Darwin Powell, the Honorable Darwin Powell. He ventured to go into politics over there in Jamaica. He won his seat, and don't think he's an active politician at this time, but he was proud to serve his country in his own words. This time he's coming into the batsman point, a busy area, didn't pick up on the first throw. It would have been interesting had he picked up and knocked those timbers over. Batsman was struggling to get up there. He was on the back foot, and sometimes it's harder to get off the back foot to take off for your first run. But he was being pushed by the non-striker. He called. Well, he answered the call. He got in, and that's what matters. 33 for 2. And Darren remembered COVID 2020. Of course, I was there. Started at the MAQ ground, getting everyone off the couches, playing this one into the onside, and a misfield enabled them to get 2 runs. It's going to be touch and go here. No, the throw was not good. It was ill-directed, and it was weak coming in from about, say, 45 yards away from the sticks. So I guess you have got to forget about the misfield and just try to tidy it up. So we had 1 run out, and the run out of the Suleiman. He made 121 from just 56 deliveries. He was really wheeling the willow. Again, you're listening to the voice of Ivor Henry at this time. So later we'll hear the Faisal. Don't know if he's going to be in the mood. Oh, this time, this one is coming back into the batsman. He covers up nicely in the approved fashion. Good for test cricket, good for first-class cricket. Not too sure if it's good for chasing 228, because a dot is in the scorer's book, and that's exactly what the LA Lions are asking. Bowlers, I want you to bowl dot deliveries. Better off if we can knock them over within 20 overs. That they would have done yesterday, knocking off the Chicago catchers before they got to the 20 overs. Into the offside, he's playing it, but can't beat mid-off. I think he's going to have a change of bat. He's saying I should have got more out of that stroke, so I'm going to change my bat. He's not doing justice. So, oftentimes a change of bat brings your downfall. Let's hope that is not the case, young man. Let's hope it is not the case. We take it back to master control for we're into the 6th over, which is going to be the last over for the power play. This one beating the batter outside the off stump. He was poking at it. So again, Faisal, he's gotten both wickets in the same over, 2 on the trot. He's in his third over. Oh, this time he's playing a beautiful shot. 1 bounce 4, straight over the bowler's head. So that was a good looking shot. So that one was over pitched, and so Hale decided that he's gonna put the willow to the leather. So we rolled into 40 for 2. Slow going. Powerplay yielded 57 without loss. They're already at 40 for 2, so they're gonna. Oh, this time he's top edging and he's gonna get away with it because he's gonna go down to the boundary. And is it gonna be 4 runs? Umpire Charlie was inquiring whether it went all the way. Was one that was short pitch, back pitched, and the batter Suhail, he was swinging and he was top edging. The result is what matters. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you can have an ugly 4, but it is 4 in the scorer's book nonetheless. So that was a nice top edge there that went for 4. Third man was very wide. So the power play has yielded 44 so far. Ball them! Knocked him over. Look at lights. Those stumps lit up like a Christmas tree. I'm saying I have to call Faisal, the man with the golden arm. He has all 3 wickets to have fallen. 3 wickets, and he's given up just the 20 runs. Half of the runs almost. 44 for 3. And all wickets has gone to Faisal. And you can look at him in all his glory and splendor. He's pounding his chest and saying, I'm the man. I'm the man. But I can tell you, Suleiman would have something else to say about that. You're pumping your chest with 3 wickets. Suleiman is pumping all of his whole body, saying, I scored 121, pal. I know we're in the same team. And I did that from 56 deliveries. So, top that. You have 3 wickets. Probably you need to try to get a 5-4 or a 6-4 to match me in getting player of this match. But again, earlier in the proceedings, Faisal would have called right that the skipper for the Vegas High Rollers, and he decided that he will field first. Solomon worked his way to 121 from 56 balls. Saideep, his batting partner, stayed with him and realized 175 before Sandeep departed for 71. Will they live to regret this? There's a slip in place. His tail is up outside the off stump, tailing back into the batter, and he's watched it go by to be taken by the wicketkeeper. End of another successful over. This time, Faisal 3 for 20, and the latest score here at the Broward County Stadium is 44 for the loss of some 3 wickets. Well, this is match number 1. Still have another 2 matches to be played, but we're here losing. Well, I can speak for myself. I'm losing 2 fingers at this time, not being in the original position. Why? Because I have my fingers crossed, trying to make sure that no rain would fall, neither today or tomorrow. Wind is slated to fall tomorrow. Fingers crossed. So I'm going to ask for prayers that we have cricket, lovely cricket. And since Mr. MAQ Qureshi, who was dead center in this stadium coming into being, I'm sure if it's possible, he'll be dead center in having a dome built where we can play cricket indoors. If that is on the radar, I'll have a question and a quiz for him, because I'm sure I will have him in this box before this tournament is over. Well, you'll hear his voice right here on the MAQ TV, on YouTube, and on Caribbean Global Voices. That's the radio commentary. Well, play goes on. We're finished with the power play, and they only realize 44 for free power play. So now you can have no more than 5 fielders beyond the 30-yard circle. Would they do that? No, they're keeping everything intact. Everything stays in place. Just the 2 fielders out. Third man, a bit fine, and the deep square leg. So right now, what I can say, are we doing carpentry? We're doing cabinetry, because right now, don't know if you can say mechanics. If I can say this myself, the Lions, they have the Vegas high risers in a vice. They're squeezing them to death. Now they're going to put out another fielder. Long leg comes into place. So let's see if you're going to see something down the leg side. Why would you put that long leg, maybe searching for top edge? Something? Yes, he's banging it in, and he's allowed appeal. And given. It worked. My goodness. So we have seen a wicket fallen from the northern end. The batter fell for it. They set the long leg back to keep company with the deep square leg. He hammered one in, and the batsman tried to pull at it, got a nick, taken there by the wicket keeper. It was not a double bluff. He really meant to bowl a short pitch delivery. It got up on him. It pulled, got an edge, loud appeal. We'll have a look. Here it is. Banged in, bam, right over the shoulder. Taken by the keeper. You have got to look at your field placing, pal. You knew, unless it's a double bluff, he's going to bowl a short one. And you were not in the position. It was over your right shoulder. Wicket number 4 goes. At this time, it went from the opposite end, from the northern end. So 44 for 4. We had a wicket and 44 for 3. So I'll give you right now. First wicket fell on 23 for 1. Second wicket fell at 23 for 2. The third wicket fell at 44 for 3. And now you have 44 for 4. So when a wicket has been taken, if this is the pattern, we're going to get 2 wickets to fall on the same score. So 23 for 1, 23 for 2. 44 for 3, 44 for 4. I'll see and I'll keep a check. When the next wicket fall, the batters have to, if they're superstitious, the next batter have to say, let me make sure that the score gets off of whatever that 5th wicket would have fallen on. All right? You're listening to the voice of Ivor Henry, and I'm giving you food for thought. Sometimes things happen. To take a pattern, follow the pattern. All right? 44 for 4, all 4s on the board. Oh, this time he's backing up and he's given. He was pushing back, I'm sure. That one would have knocked over the off stump, I believe. He pushed back. And he's asking for a review. I think the batter is asking for a review. He's saying, the ball hit my bat. He's asking for a review. Let's have a look. No, I don't think there was no bat involved in that, pal. That ball rushed into your He's still asking, but there's no reviews for the thing. We have a review for the run out, and there's a review for the stumping. So, batsman, you've got to go. You've got to go. You've got to take that long, dreaded walk. You've got to take that long, dreaded walk, pal. The umpire has asked you to go. The umpire is asking upstairs. So the reviews are for the run out and the stumping. So he felt a bit undone there. So now the pattern has changed. It's 44 for 3. So now let me tell you what we have here now, just in case you got sidetracked by all that what would have just transpired. All of a sudden, Yusuf is on a hat trick. Yusuf is on a hat trick. Would we see any field change placement? Would we see anything of that? I guarantee you that they are forgetting that he's on a hat trick. I would bet you. No, I don't think they're forgetting. You know why? Because they've employed 2 slips. 2 slips. And now they're gonna, let's see. This man coming from the onside, he's coming into the offside. And where is he gonna be? In the gully position. So, okay. Just for this delivery, I think they're gonna be trying to get. Mid-off is gonna come in. Oh, he's backing away. I'm going to say we're going to have a silly mid-off, but he's just about 15 meters away. Hat-trick ball. Yusuf is trying to be the man, trying to outdo Suleiman, who scored a century. Hat-trick ball comes up. Ball this time down the leg side, loud appeal, but he was definitely going down the leg side. Even the wicket keeper, he himself was trying to push down the square leg umpire. The strikers umpire had to make some some getaway there. How far down the leg side the wicket keeper was coming. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to say that ball was so far down the leg side that the wicket keeper, he almost ran off the pitch. But there's still appeal because, of course, it's what they appeal because it was an appeal trying to get that hat trick. But I'll tell you, you're not going to fool the veteran Delroy Festus Lynn with an LBW decision that would have beaten another 3 stumps down the leg side. No, not today, not tomorrow. Batsman is covering up. Can't beat point. So the slip stays and the gully stays. Second slip would have moved. So the Lions are roaring. They won the first game yesterday. Scored 227 yesterday for 4. No, today they scored 227. I beg your pardon. What am I saying? Yesterday. Oh, that's a good looking shot, but it's gone for naught because it went straight to point. Just driving sweetly. So end of a successful over in which we would have realized 2 wickets in that over. So 45 it is for the loss of 5 wickets. So they're halfway into the 10 wickets, which could be realized. Because yesterday they took all of 10 wickets when they came up against the Chicago catchers. So they have a knack of taking wickets. They've taken some 15 wickets in this tournament. By far and away, the best team on show. This is their second game, by the way. And they're looking to go 2 up. Remember, 6 teams are in the tournament. And and they're all playing for the coveted prize. It's a $300,000 tournament. It's getting bigger and better as the years go by. So we can see some heavy clouds hovering around. Started this morning's proceeding in brilliant sunshine. Well, the sun has left us, but still bright sun. As they would say, this is bright sun in England. So the wicket taker bowls left. Oh, this time he's knocked him over. No, it's an LBW decision that is given. That one was, yes, he definitely knocked him over. He was on the back foot with that back pad in front of middle. And umpire Nazir Javed Charlie had no hesitation. Left arm over the wicket is right in his wicket, right there, right there, right there. That ball is going to miss the leg stump, it's going to miss the off stump, and going to hit dead center. Dead center. Good eyes, Mr. Charlie. Hear what I'm saying again. That ball would have missed the leg stump. It would have missed the off stump and would have hit dead center. Well, I can tell you, they are dropping like flies. And remember what I said. They normally get wicket on the same total. So now it is 45 for 6. Would we see 45 for 7? And this seems to be a mauling at this time. The power play yielded 44 for 3 wickets. Since then, they've lost 3 wickets for 1-1. Batsman is coming up, playing it down the offside, mid-off. Didn't pick up cleanly, so the batters made good their ground. So they're on to 46. So we didn't get a wicket to follow 45 for 6. So they've broken the trend. 23 for 1, 23 for 2. 44 for 3, 44 for 4, 44 for 5. Now it's 45 for 6, and we would not have 45 for 7 because the score has gone on to 46. It's a long way for them to be from home. This time he's opening the blade and he's going to point to the left. Throw comes in, and the batters made good their grounds. 1 more to the total. Well, 1 more is like cash prize right here, right now, because we haven't seen any running between the sticks for quite a long time. It was 44 for 3, 44 for 4, 44 for 5, 45 for 6. The score has gone on to 47. So we haven't seen the skipper, Faisal, as yet. Skipper, the ship is sinking. You've got to get on board and navigate. You've got to navigate. You're in some deep waters. This time outside the off stump, playing a lovely shot into the offside and down to the boundary for 4. Ooh, that was a flying off drive. Beautifully done. He was pitched up outside the off stump, and in the approved fashion, he just, let's have a look. There it is. Extended his arms all along the carpet, and away she ran for 4. Good looking stroke. So the 50 comes up. They labored their way to the 50, but nonetheless, 50 is on the board. We had a half centurion in the first inning. That was Saideep. He got to 71, but we had much better than that. We had Suleiman with 121. This one turned around the corner. More runs here for him. He's going to get another boundary. So Ashdees are coming for some sticks here in his first over. He's gotten the wicket. Plum LBW. This time he's straying. That's one pitching outside the leg stump. In other words, it was a free hit. The laws of cricket, you're pitching a ball outside the leg stump. You could be knocking all 3 poles over. You're going to be given not out. That's the laws of cricket. So it was pretty much a free hit. It was pitched outside the leg, into the legs. And this batter is showing you he can score on both sides of the wicket. Lovely cover-driven shot, and now leg lands down the leg side and on the onside again, but this time we have long leg is put in place. Played it straight to him. Could have played a little finer because there was no fine leg. But what do we know? End of a successful over in which a wicket would have been taken. 56 it is, 4-6. Remember, they're trying to get to 228. It's quite a long way, but in cricket, you never know. 2 batters can stay there and just gain their confidence and just start wheel the willow. Maybe the fielding team can just fall apart. The bowling can become raggedy. You never know. This is high top-class cricket. So never give up. Never look at what has gone behind you. You 2 batters who are at the wicket, you now have to tell yourself, I've got to wheel the willow and get either over the hurdle or very close. Because again, net run rate, it matters when you have tournaments of this sort. Net run rate can get you ahead. First 4 teams would be here. 6 teams, so be mindful of that. 6 teams. There's so many teams that wanted to be in here. They had thousands of players who put their name in the pool, but you know, franchise cricket with 6 teams. Oh, down the leg side. That was a wayward delivery, not taken there by the wicket keeper, and it's going to run away for 5 wides. Not a delivery, I may say, but the wicketkeeper got there and it eluded him and gave up extras. Yeah, he made a tumbling dive. He got there. He rolled under the big gloves. So you can't fault the fielders who are fielding with their bare hands. Man, it's criminal to be feeling this hard 5.5-ounce leather with bare hands. But that's the name of the game. Comes in again, bowls his he's driving, but can't score because it goes straight to mid-off. Non-striker was interested, but it was not his call. He's there to respond to those calls. The ball is played in the front of played in front of the batter, so it simply means that the call belongs to the striker. Oh, down the leg side again, wayward again, wayward. Testing 1, 2. So Danwad is on 11 in double figures. So we're sight here to see double figures. But anyway, 63 it is for 6. So Fawaz is there on 1. He sucked up some 5 deliveries, sucked up 5 deliveries for his single. Thing is that he's off the mark, and that's a good thing. We've seen a few zeros on the board. 1 point, there was a hat-trick delivery. Smack into the pads, but beating leg, or else he would have been a corner. Oh, this time he's opening his shoulders, trying to go for glowy. Bottom edging it. Goal pass, short mid-wicket for the single. Mid-on became the clean-up man. So Yusuf with 2 wickets under his belt. He's only given up 8 runs. He's in his second over. I want to say good morning to Ian, who would have graced us and brought Mr. Darren Powell into the combox for a short stint. Well, the sun is back with us. This one was rising on the batter, and he was trying to poke it into the offside. It was a nothing shot, really. I saw the bounce, and he was skipping and hopping. At one point, I thought he was a kangaroo, but you need to get the willow on the leather. Hopping and jumping around is not going to help you, pal. Trying to get to 228 for the win. And now the sun is playing hide and seek. So those clouds are getting in the way of the sun. So I don't really think the sun want to play hide and seek. The clouds are the one that is getting in the way. Oh, down the leg side again. It's going to be a wide. So the bowling done well in the first match, where they knocked over the Chicago catchers, taking all 10 wickets. They're on the verge of taking all 10 here. They've made some inroads. They've got 6 so far. Overs and runs, that's what matters in terms of your net run rate. So if you could knock them off again within the 20 overs, you're really, really going ahead of the game. Having won the first match yesterday, knocked down the defending champions Chicago catches. This one is rising up on him, and he swivels and plays it into the hands of the short mid-wicket. Wicket number 7 goes. They are dropping like flies. We need to bring honey. All this vinegar is just killing the flies. They are dropping. 65 for 7. And remember, we had quite a few wickets fell when the score was on the same total. That was a good little partnership between these two. Score some 20 runs between them. But they're going to need much, much, much more than that. A 21 partnership. But they really, pushed the bowlers. Some wayward deliveries in between some good deliveries. So they're going to have to really stay the course. We're going to see the skipper now. He's well, with 7 wickets down, like I said, could it be a commentator's curse? I said they're making inroads when they were at 45 for 6. Then they were 65 for 6, and right after that, wicket number 7. If you're a batter, you'll tell yourself, man, something is wrong. This guy been bowling wides here, there, and everywhere. And then I had to take my bat and hit the ball into one of the fielder's hands. Well, you can't blame anyone. Your fault. You took that ball. It was not troubling the stump. It was high over the stump, and you took it and played it into the hands of the short mid-wicket. So 9 overs, done and dusted, 65 for 7. So the team so far that has been red hot is the Lions. They are roaring. Yes, indeed, they are roaring. Sam, he's driving but can't beat mid off. Oh, he misfield, but ball stayed very, very close to him. Batters already made up their mind that it's a no. They didn't even attempt to get out of the blocks. So there we have it. Another dot. They're going to need fences. They're going to need to go for the fences. Ones, dots are not going to get them nowhere close to 228. Oh, he's going big. He's going up over the mid-off, and he's not timing it as well as would have liked. And that's poor running. They just run for the one. The ball was about 50 meters away, and they ran one with the fielder up in the circle, had to run 20 yards back, and they settled for one. Well, like Kenny said, they're thinking that ones and twos are not going to help. But it was an aggressive shot. So the skipper now is on strike. Faisal, the ship is sinking, Faisal. You've got to navigate from here on in. And of course, Faisal would have represented Pakistan at the highest level, Test cricket. He's asking for the side screen to be moved. And again, the sun is playing hide and seek. So Faisal Iqbal is captaining in his team here, the Vegas High Rollers. So he covers up and plays it back along the offside. Bowler fields himself. No one. And Faisal, of course, joins me in the come box here. So he's showcasing his ways now on the square and not behind a microphone. Faisal Iqbal. Down the leg side. Touching the pad along the way. No appeal. So I say he's a Pakistan cricketer. Right now he's doing some coaching. So we might as well say he's a former international cricketer. Down the leg side, he's tickling this one fine. And he goes down to the boundary for 4. He gets off the mark with a 4. He's just tickling it around the corner. Good looking stroke, I may say. Just had to get some will on it. And now he's speaking to his non-striker. Probably saying, stay the course. I am here. Here he is, turning it around the corner. Came right off the middle of the bat. Angled it. Finally on the boundary. Was there, but could do nothing about it while the ball was in play. Only to retrieve beyond the boundary board. This time he covers up nicely. Correct impact. Compact. but no run. And at the end of the 10th over, it is 70 for the loss of 7 wickets. So Faisal, of course, he would have played some 26 test matches for Pakistan. His tally total was 1,124 runs at the highest level, outside the off stump, cutting, missing. One keeping a tad bit low, taken there by the wicketkeeper standing back. Another dot into the scorer's book. So Faisal Iqbal averages 26.8. Test cricket with a strike rate of 44.2. And in ODIs, he would have represented Pakistan in 18 ODI games. And his tally of runs, 314 runs. This time he's pulling into the onside. That is Faiz, I beg your pardon, Faiz, pulling into the onside for the single. This brings Faisal Iqbal on strike. So Faisal had played quite a number of first-class matches, over 200. As a matter of fact, 225 first-class matches. And he's still a young man, he's just 43 years of age. Outside the off, some glorious. That's a good-looking shot. He's not timing it as well as would have liked, but he's going to get 2 for his effort. Yes, that's a good-looking shot. It's a pity he didn't go for 4, but it was a good shot. He's laid back and he really angled it to perfection. So he settles in. We'll have a ball by ball on him. Let's have a ball by ball. Yusuf is from the far end. He's pulling off his long one. He comes in now. He passes umpire Delroy Festus and way off the mark, outside the off stump. As Iqbal stepped across, his feet is not anchored in cement. He moved across and watch it go by wide of the off stump, and a wide is being called and signaled by umpire Delroy Festus. A slip is in place, but you can see he's trying to get the wheel on it. At least he's moving the feet. They're not chained. They're not anchored. So Yusuf Faisal, the captain of his team, the Rollers, outside the off stump, he's playing it, and there's gonna be a quick single taken. The ball is thrown at the non-strikers end, so they're targeting Iqbal. They know they need his wicket because of his experience. I guess they want him to be out of the wicket because he's playing a triple role. He's playing his own knock, he's playing the mentor's role, and he's playing the role of the other batsman, the other batter, where he have to give him advice along the way. That was a good single, good call by the non-striker there, Faiz, pulling the skipper out and away, and he responded. That was a good piece of cricket right there. 75 for 7. Bowls outside the off stump, pulling well. He's going to get a boundary here. He was rising on him from outside the off stump, and he pulled it past the short mid-wicket. Wide mid-on was in play. He dove to his right, dove on dry land. You have got to go to the sea to dive, boy. Anyway, 4 more to the total. Here he is. He knew it was 4. He dove. There he is, trying to catch fish on land. He's not catching the ball, though. 79 it is. So, to make it respectable, can you roll another 31 runs and get to 100? Can you do that? 21? You just need 21 runs, I beg your pardon. And I know it can be done. Make it look respectable. This is a big tournament. This is big man cricket. Oh, this time he's top edging. He's up in the air. The fielder takes the catch. That one was rising on him. He was trying for the pull again. He rushed him. It was a quicker delivery. He was trying to pull it and top edge it, and it went up over the bowler's head, and it was a good running catch. And you can see the fielders are well pleased. There it is. Oh, he didn't get around it. He was trying to get around it. And look at it. It's a good running catch. Never stopped to settle. He ran all the way, never gave up on him. And the bowler, Yusuf, is really happy. Happy with that wicket. So, wicket number 8 goes. They are dropping like flies. The skipper is still there. Probably a not out would suffice. That's what I can say. Because I don't think they're going to get to 228 anytime soon. Not today, not tomorrow. Not in this match. This match is pretty much done and dusted. We can see, I see white flags. I'm looking to see if I see that white lady over there. Somewhere over there waving a flag. Okay, well, 79. That was a good little partnership between these two as well. Simple as it looks, because we had a 21 partnership, and here it is, we have 14-run partnership between these two. Imagine that, you're bragging of a 20-run partnership. In the power play, they yielded just some 44 runs in the power play. And when the Lions batted for their power play, they scored 57 without loss. So again, we want to say welcome to the MAQ TV. And for those who are having difficulty getting the MAQ TV, like some would have said yesterday, YouTube. You can go to the YouTube channel and you can see cricket, lovely cricket. All hails again to MAQ Qureshi. And for those who would have complained about streaming and it eating away at their data and all that stuff, well, you can tune in to the Caribbean Global Voices and you can hear, you can get your cricket right there, streaming probably less than the video. But either way, we are making sure that you hear cricket. Down the leg side, wayward delivery, it's going to be a wide, taken nicely by the wicketkeeper, moving smartly to his right. And more exercise for umpire Charlie, stretching out those arms. He's going to have a big muscle at the end of this tournament, it seems like, because instead of raising that dreaded finger, he's doing more of a eagle, looking more like an eagle with outstretched arms, like he's trying to get wings. But that's the signal for the wide. Outside the off stump, he's guiding it down to third man for the single. So that is Sharif Fuller. He gets off the mark, and that brings Faisal, skipper Faisal, back on strike. He's 8 from 7. 81 for 8. The 8th column is in a spot of bother, and I think the overs also, because we're into over number 12. And folks, don't you go away, don't you dare go away. We have another match which is slated to come up shortly. And then there is another. So you're going to get your money's worth. Full viewing today, all of 3 matches. This time he's turning it around the corner. Can't score as a forward short leg. Runs in quickly. And he's keeping the skipper on strike. At 43, I was still playing cricket into my 50s. So I know at this level, this should be meat and drink for skipper Faisal Iqbal. So having played some 225 first-class matches. But this is a different format. It's Speedy Gonzalez. This time he's driving nicely in the air. It's going to be 4 runs. Beautifully done. Well calculated. It was away from the extra cover fielder and splitting the point fielder. So they're bowling without the cover. They have the extra cover and the point. Now they're going to pull the extra cover round to the cover region. And now they're going to put the long off wider. So down the leg side, he's edging, passing where first slip would have been, and fortuitous 4 there for him. No matter how they come, they all count. So he's scoring in boundaries. This is his 3rd boundary. He's still talking to his batter, saying, I angled that. I'm not edging. Sorry. He said, I angled my bat and got 4 for myself and the team. Let's have a look. Here it is. Yeah. Yes, it came off the edge, but it was calculated. We call it a calculated edge. So he has looked the part so far. That is Shafadullah. Shafadullah has gone equal with his captain. They are both on 8. This time he is covering up, looking for the single. That's no. Batting. So yes, so we've got it all right now. I mean, we've got to make sure. So Faisal is the one who's doing the heavy lifting. He is on 16. We were crediting Shafafella with his runs, so he's on to 16, sweet 16 it is. So he's having a chit-chat again with his batter, pumping the gloves and saying, stay with me, stay with me. 89 for 8, 11 away from the 100. So at least after you get over the 100 mark, you never know. They're below the worm. The worm is diving under. But they need to get even and get on top. Forget about the wickets. Forget about who's gone. Just think about who is at the wicket right now. And try to tell yourself, 227 for 4, now you're 89 for 8. That's the Vegas high rollers. Well, you have to be rolling high, man. Come on, you're a high roller. Make yourself a heavy roller. Okay. It's not over. It's not over. It's 2020 cricket. Anything can happen. Who knows? Maybe by now, this is, as a matter of fact, this is your first game. This is the Lions' second. Maybe they have some heavy legs at this time. Never know. The fatigue may be wearing in. At the dinner last night, and then right after would have played a match in the day, early in the day. Maybe they went out on town. They might have some sleep in their eyes right now. Never know. Keep them out there. The sun is out with us now, so maybe that's a good thing for the high rollers. The need for the sun to be beaten down. So Vegas, come on, gamble. In Vegas, you know, that's a gambling town, you know. So the Vegas high rollers, come on, gamble your way. Oh, he's pulling this one into the onside, but just for the single. Coverage is in the deep mid. Wicket comes in, sends a nice throw in straight over the sticks. This brings skipper Faisal on strike. So Sari Fuller is off the mark. So there's such a long name, Shafit Fuller. So the bowler is sending back his fine leg and putting him down to deep square leg. He's saying, go on down. I'm going to probably bounce this one. We saw that earlier when it would have bounced out. Batter caught behind though. Faisal comes forward, quick single. Keeper has to do wedding for himself, so he uses his feet well. So Faisal, why did he bat so low though? Why did he bat so low? He doesn't have the energy to go all the way to bat long innings. It's only 20 overs. He could have gone in to stop the bleeding when they was going 23 for 1, 23 for 2, 44 for 3, 44 for 4, 44 for 5, 45 for 6, 65 for 7, and 79 for 8 more runs here. It's going to be a nice relaxing 2. So 90, 93 it is for 8. Try to get the score to look respectable. Never give up. It is 2020 cricket. You never know. On the back foot, punching to the right of mid-on, and mid-on feels well, prevents a single. Ball was traveling, was hitting the pitches, and was speeding up, but it was to the measure of it. Good thinking there on his part. He's using his feet, he's pulling this one, it's gonna be in the air. Oh, he dropped just in front of the fielder. He was going for the catch and it eluded him and went beyond him down to the boundary boards for 4. So that's his first 4. That is Sharish Fuller. That's his first 4. He goes on to 7. And of course, 100 comes up. No. The 100 doesn't come up. The scoreboard is playing tricks on me. It's going back and forth. Stanley plays into the offside. Ambles through for a single. 98 for 8. I thought I've said that before. So, scoreboard here. So at the end of 13, it is 98 for the loss of some 8 wicket. Faisal is on 17, and Sharif Fuller is on 8. Dark clouds, they are hovering over us at this time. The rain is set to come in tomorrow, but the clouds are building from today. Really dark, ominous looking. Well, over number 14 is just about to begin. Imran is at the top of his mark. He's bowling some medium paces. There's no slips. Just the wicketkeeper standing alone like the cheese stands alone. And for those who were listening earlier, if you didn't hear it, we had Darren Powell, a former West Indies international cricketer and former parliamentarian in Jamaica. Batsman here is covering up for the single. 99 for 8. The wicket column is a bother. That's the only thing. But skipper Faisal is there. He's trying to stay the course. He is on a 17 from 12. So he settles in, he looks around his field and he's looking to see his scoring areas. You know he needs runs, and he's playing, and this time the non-striker needed a single. That was suicidal. Oh, it's a no ball, as a matter of fact. So, Faisal Iqbal, you must have known it was a no ball. You said, no, I want to get the free hit. I need to get the free hit. So, here he is. Isa is guilty of overstepping, and he was caught by Charlie. Good eye is saying it's a free hit. Fielders can't move from their original position. And he's swinging at this one. It's in the air. He's not going to be out caught, even though he would have taken the catch because it was a free hit. And the fielder perhaps forgot it was a free hit. He was appealing. He was asking the umpire, how's that not out? And he politely said, because it was a free hit. And you cannot, the batter cannot be out where the bowler gets credit. He can be out. He can be out 1 out. But any out where the bowler gets credit, he could not be out. That's as simple as I can put it for the free hit, out. Outside the off stump, keeping a bit low. He was driving off the back foot. Ball passed under the bat. Umpire Nazir Charlie up in full view. And a close-up of the skipper. Isa, long hair like a horse, flowing mane and back of him, trying to compete with Charlie with that ponytail. This time he's covering up, edging outside the off stump, and the third man comes into play. Just the single. So just a 1-1 scored off the free hit. So you got to make use of those free hits. Because beneath us, we see a few dignitaries taking in some of this 17th edition of the US Open. And this time he's pulling, but fine leg is down on the circle again. Iqbal is showing the wares. His coverage driven. Now he's showing the short arm pull. But the field is well placed. He looks good. He looks the part. He's still got it in him. He's still a young man. He's just 43 years of age. He should still be playing cricket. Australians are making the debut at 35, 36, 38. I'm sure West Indies can do well with you, Faisal Iqbal. Not too long ago, they were all bowled out for 27 against Australia. This time outside the off stump, he's opening the blade. That was well calculated, and it's gone for 4 runs. So Shafudullah has definitely opened the blade, and he opened his eyes when he saw that one outside the off stump, and he just guided it. Proper cricketing shot. Let's have a look. Here it is, guiding it, soft hands, placed it well, and it was 4 runs because no fielder was placed on the point boundary. There was a third man, which was rather fine, and there was a cover sweeper. So well calculated boundary. There, this partnership is really growing. So 121 is needed from 36 balls. So they're going to try not to be bowled out. Again, net run rate comes into play. So I'm sure the skipper is mindful of that. He is on 19 from 15. By mathematically, they cannot make the runs. It's too big a target. They're asking for 20 runs and over. And when I say mathematically, I'm speaking in context of these players. Overall, if I was on the international stage, I would say, of course, you can get 36 runs and over. And then some. Oh, he's guiding this one into the offside. And point was a little flat-footed there. And here was Shara Fuller. He got in the nick of time. So Sharif Fuller called for that single, and Iqbal responded. He's gone on now to 20. So a useful individual score for him. So Imran is Gonna bowl around the sticks, left arm down the leg side. It's gonna be a wide. Taken nicely there by the wicketkeeper, moving to his right. So extras are helping the cause. 109 for the loss of 8 wickets. Outside the off stump, banging it into the offside just for the single. They actually walked the single. This goes out to the wide long off. So left and right combination. So field is going from left to right. Some fielders have specialist positions, so I'd rather field on the offside at all times. Outside the offside, he's cutting. So Imran, outside the off stump, is on the back foot, playing it into the offside. Running the first one quickly is Iqbal, but ball got to the long off fielder quick. Too quick for the second. Iqbal, who is on 21, he can go to the bound or drink on 21. This time he's playing it nicely again into the offside just for the single. He should have batted earlier and stopped the bleeding when these wickets were tumbling. Don't know if he had a hard night. He might have been to the banquet last night and had one wine too many. But he could have really, when they were 44 for 3, 44 for 4. Oh, that's going to be a wide. It's borderlining a no ball there. Almost off the pitch. So it's a wide. Extras again making their way into the scorer's book. This time on the onside, tugging it into the mid-wicket area and can't score. That over comes to an end, which is indeed the 15th over, 114 for the loss of 8 wickets. All right, play to continue. Like I said, in between the dark clouds, there are patches of blue. But the clouds they're high above us, really high. This time it's going to be, okay, it's end up being a relaxing single. I guess they're looking up at the scoreboard and saying that single is not going to hurt us any, not even in the net run rate. I suppose that's what they're saying. Early in the proceedings, we saw a good knock from Saideep. He got 71. And Suleiman, he was the man. He got 121. This time is an appeal for caught behind. Not out, says umpire Charlie. As the batter was poking at it, I'm sure they've given up the ghost now. Now they've passed the 100 run mark. With 24 run over. I don't think these two batters are capable of making 24 runs for the duration of this inning. Oh, but he's going big. Did I talk too fast? Oh, I think this time it's going to be a boundary. I believe they ought to check that and see. They should check it. But they're satisfied that the ball did not go into the boundary. Sometimes I think the umpire should wait. When we're playing local cricket here, we wish that we had television some of the time to confirm some things. Well, it was well stopped within the boundary mark, and this time again, saving runs for the team, 118 for 8. Faisal is on 23. Shafar Fuller is on 19. Oh, down the leg side, another wayward delivery. So they've got to get their radar right. They've got to get it right. So on screen, you see players saving runs for their team, even though they are way behind. It's over 25 runs and over at this point. It's not going to be realized today. Oh, it's ball there, man. What did you do, skipper? You're lifting your head in the air. That was a naughty, naughty shot. Seemed as if you had enough. You said 23 and out. 23 and out. So 23 from 20 balls. Yep, he's off stump. Went for a walk. So the 9th wicket, why did he do that? And he's annoyed with himself. Seemed to be a tired man, if you can ask me. Winning the toss this morning and inserted the Lions into bat. I'm sure I'll have a chit-chat with him a little later and ask him his full reason for having the Lions, who roared yesterday. It was a nice little partnership between those two, though. I can say that myself. So there was a 41 partnership. So the new batter now down the leg side. He's turning it off the legs, but fine leg is there in place. As that over comes to an end, it's 120 for some 9 wickets. I can tell you the Lions have a knack of bowling out teams. They did that yesterday when they would have bowled out the Chicago catchers. They bowled them out in the 17th over, so they're on pace of repeating what they did yesterday. It took 5 balls in the 17th over for them to end the inning. So let's see if history is going to repeat itself. They knocked over the catchers yesterday in 16.5 overs. 16 overs has been bowled. 1 wicket left. Let us see. Down the leg side, and batter is blocking. So the first ball up, no luck. So we're mindful of 16.5. We're keeping an eye on 16.5. 16.1 is done and dusted. Here comes 16.2. Flight-headed, batter plays it back along the track. Bowler fields to his own bowling on the offside. 16.2 done and dusted. Yesterday, 16.5. If you're wondering why 16.5, this very same team, the Lion, knocked over the Chicago. Ball them! So they, they knocked them over in 16.3, even 2 balls better. They have a knack of bowling out teams in the 17th over. We have to be mindful of that. You see, I keep an eye on everything, if I can say so myself. I don't have a partner here. Lenny, where are you? My goodness. 16.3, and they are done and dusted. And the inning come to a close, and to the high heavens the wicketkeeper said, well done, 120 for 10. That's the score in 16.3 overs. All right, well, players are going out to meet their opponents with handshakes all around. So the pick of the bowlers here, in the wicket column, we had 4 wickets for Yusuf and 3 for Faisal, and 1 wicket each, Isa, Imran, and Abhishek. Oh, there we have it, folks. There we have it. There we have it.